Seema is a business coach for introvert entrepreneurs, and I will ask you for you to introduce yourself because I believe we better than anyone else uh, know how to talk about ourselves, right? So yes, present yourself, please.
Here I am. I am a business coach for introverted women. I love helping introverted women get out of that funk that they are constantly feeling because of their belief in their introversion, which keeps them from showing up, talking about their offer, talking about how they can help their ideal clients in their marketing so that they can actually sign clients that they really enjoy working with and create the impact that they so desire. Like all of us, yeah, we want the income. Definitely. That's why we started the business. Like it's not a hobby, but we also have this deep desire to help others. And I don't want introverted women to not be able to do that because they cannot market, they cannot talk about themselves.
Do you work with introverts in general, or just women, just men? Tell me.
I work with introverted women because I understand women and how they think a lot better. Men is a completely different thing. Like, yeah, they are introverts, but the way they think, the way their life is, it's less relatable to my life. So when I speak
Mhm.
about anything about my life, about my kids, you will not see men connecting with it as much as women. So that is who I work with, introverted women.
Yes, for sure. So my question was to understand better, and now the question I wanted to ask: do you feel those blocks come more because they are women? Because the mindset attached to women?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that at all. All said and done, how much ever progress there has been, overall conditioning outside is of you're a woman, know your place. And whether you learned it just by looking outside or you were treated that way, that is still there. A lot of women feel that it takes courage and effort to stop that voice that says, watch what you're saying, or be smaller, don't take up space. It takes courage and effort to shut that voice down and then take up space. So every woman you see taking up space has that voice, and she has worked to quiet it, and that is how she's able to step up and talk, and you can say brag about how much success she has achieved in spite of all the things that are gearing up to stop her.
Yes, and you told us something great about the bragging, right? Because many of us were taught not to, because it's not polite, it's not
Mhm.
uh, something a good girl does, right?
Mhm.
So yes, there are many, plenty of mindset shifts that women need to do, and the introverts as well. Yes, because it's from generations, right? And it's about society as a whole also. So considering introvert women, how can they approach marketing their business without the overwhelm? How do you guide them on that journey?
The way I guide is by having them, first of all, vocalize what they are feeling, what their thoughts are, just that act of speaking. I feel I shouldn't talk about my offer because what if someone thinks I am too proud? Just that statement, when they utter it, they can see that it's not really making sense. It's not connecting as well when you speak it out loud. However, when it's in their head, it is so loud that it is almost paralyzing them. So they do talk about their offer, but they make it small. And I'm speaking from experience. I still experience this. I have to tell myself, I have to remind myself multiple times before I publish content that the way I'm speaking is trying to avoid people thinking negatively about me. So I'm going to make it seem very gentle, very like I enjoy the power. I like powerful things. And yet, when it's my turn, I don't want to express that power. I want to be smaller. I don't want to come across as powerful. So, like when I asked ChatGPT, one of the words it used to describe me was powerful. Apart from empathetic, warm, friendly, compassionate, it said powerful. Like the voice notes that I've shared with ChatGPT to analyze my voice so that it knows how to write like me. One of the words was power, and I still, even though I feel attracted by the energy, I still dim myself because I fear that someone may think I am being too much and they may challenge me. And I don't want to be challenged because who wants to be the center of attention as an introvert? Not me. So I have to rework that. I have to make sure that I express it in a way that shows up as I show up in the one-on-one setting. And I help my clients do the same. Not everybody resonates with the things that I resonate with. So it takes a few calls. It takes at least two calls for me to understand where they are making themselves small, who they really are, what is really keeping them from feeling like they shouldn't show up as they want to. And then we work on the mindset along with the actions that are needed. As soon as they are through with like not really through, but as soon as they figure out what is stopping them, that's a great relief. They feel a sense of relief. However, they still struggle with figuring out how to express what they are doing, and the entire content marketing itself feels overwhelming, and I play a major role when it comes to that. I have them come up with how to talk about themselves, their offer, what's going to create the kind of conversion that they're seeking. So, in all, that is all that my entire confidently booked out coaching program is all about.
Yes, and that's so amazing because let's face it, there are so many things. Mostly, I don't know about your ideal client and the people you normally help, but when we come to the online space, we are not content creators in the first place, right? But we need to manage so many things. And today I was talking about with someone about this because some are writers, some are artists, some are service providers, therapists, and so on, and they excel on what they do, but they need to learn and I don't say excel, but do in a good way so they can convert and impact more people. There are so many things to learn and to do that it can be overwhelming, right? And understanding the blockages they have, it's the first step for sure. It's the first step because otherwise we can try to learn all the marketing strategies and the step by steps, but if in the inside there are blockages saying, okay, let's go this, let's go do this, but then there's the little voice saying, oh no, today no, it's not a good idea. It only will hold introverts from showing up, and it's so important. I always use this phrase we have in Portugal: "Who is not seen is not remembered," because online in online space and even on offline, if you don't show up, people will not recognize you and connect with you, right? So yes, it's so important to understand that and embrace who we are and try to do things in a way that is aligned with us. Do you have anything to share about this?
Honestly, there's so much that we could keep going on, but yes, it is very important to understand that what you said, if you are not visible, then you're forgotten. Otherwise, do you think Coca-Cola or Nike or any big brand that you recognize, don't you think they would stop spending money on marketing? Anytime you feel like you're doing too much, go check out how much they are spending. Google is your best friend. Go check out how much they're spending on just marketing, not sales. Now, marketing and sales are different things, but the moment you see that they're spending billions or very close to a billion in just marketing, you will realize you're doing nothing when compared to them. So go forth, show the world who you are, and show them what you can do, because you're not marketing for the person who wants to say no to you. You're doing it for the person who really badly needs you but didn't know you existed.
Mhm,
The
for
moment they
sure.
know that you are there, they are going to connect, they're going to follow you, they're going to subscribe to your whatever place you want them to subscribe to and consume your content very quietly. Most often it is quietly, but then they will buy
Yes.
the moment they're ready.
And it's so true. And nowadays with the internet, people make it seem so quick and so fast. But depending on the personality type each person has, it can take more or less time. So So, but nowadays with the internet, it seems that if you don't do it in 2 months, you are failing, right?
Yeah.
So what are what is your vision about introverts not being all the time on, right? Because with all the internet and the extroversion way, we feel that if you are not showing up every day, you are missing it.
Yes. And yeah, I was just making sure that I can see the comments because I did see someone and it just went while I was thinking. So sorry. All right. The thing, like I said, you have to understand that marketing is necessary and marketing is not sales. And you made a brilliant point that for some people, sales come much faster than the others, and they are not the norm. And every coach, as a business coach, I'm telling you, every marketer and every business coach who's saying my client made this much money in this short of a time, please understand that it is true, it is factual. I am not denying that it is not true, but there was something happening in the background that they never shared, because that post has just a few characters, like 1,000 characters or 2,000 characters, and they cannot tell the entire story in that. So they just give you the highlights. If you dig a little deeper, you'll realize that person was already had multiple businesses which failed, or already had something already going, like an audience built, which they didn't know how to monetize, and this coach helped them. So
Mhm.
there is a lot going on apart from what is being highlighted. So yes, I could. Uh, so stop thinking that your whatever way you have chosen is wrong because someone said that you're leaving money on the table by not doing something. It is like that message is for the person, for a very specific person. It's for their ideal clients.
Mhm.
If the moment you think that I can't afford, or I am not at this business stage that she's talking to, understand you're not their ideal client. It's that simple. So stop thinking that you have to do everything that everyone is selling. You do you do what's possible for you. Yes, it involves a little bit of pushing yourself, but you do what's possible for you, for your personality, for your lifestyle. As a mom, you cannot drop everything and sit and work 8 hours if you're the primary caregiver. If someone's telling
Yes.
you, I have 4 hour dedicated work, what is that? Something, all the productivity stuff, they have chunks of time, large chunks of time, and I cannot find those large chunks of time. I
Mhm.
have to work within 1 to at most 2 hours. That is how much time I get. So that is my focused work. If I can do something in that time, that is what I have to look at, rather than resenting the fact that I'm unable to follow that productivity hack because I have a life like this. Like that is never going to fit into your life. Then stop thinking about it. It's that simple. So,
Yes.
Laura, you asked about marketing and sales. Very simply put, letting people know that you exist, that you have this service is marketing. Whereas when they open their wallet, share their credit card, that is sale. How you do that? How do you get people to know you? You could go on social media and talk about yourself, or tell your mom and dad and let them tell all their friends and their friends' kids and somebody else. That's word of mouth. That is, when your clients talk about you, that's referral networks. All of that is a part of marketing. But when you have sales calls, whether it is calls or DMs, or whether, like, if you're a service provider, I don't know what you're doing, so I'm going everywhere. If you could share, it'll be easier for me to like give tailored recommendations. But sales is basically when someone makes the decision to work with you or not work with you. Like you make a sale when they decide to work with you, and you lose a sale when they choose not to work with you. And neither is wrong. If someone is not interested in working with you, it stings. I will admit it stings. They rejected me. But that probably wouldn't have been that easy a client to work with.
Yes,
You're
I just want to go to 2 points you tackle. Starting from the last one, it's very important to understand that not all people are a good fit for us, and we are not a good fit for everyone. So the sooner we are open-minded with about that, the better we keep working on. Okay, this didn't work. Let's focus on the next one, right? Because if we number about that person didn't like me, we get on that pattern and we don't focus on what's coming next. And other thing you said, I love it, is about we don't know the background, what's happening in the background. And this is also so important because internet is like a window shop for comparison, right? It's amazing. We try to not compare, but we look aside and we are comparing. But we need to understand. Someone said, I read some time ago that the only person we need to compare is with us, because many times we look outside and see the accomplishments others have, and many times we don't even realize or stop to think, do I want that thing? Because sometimes we compare about things others have, we think we should, but after all, we don't want that. But society tells it's a mark of success, for instance, right? And understand that we don't know the whole story. On internet and even with your neighbor, you only know what he or she shows. So we don't know the background. We don't know their background experience and knowledge. We don't know their background support, right? The people they have working with them, the family support they have, and so many other things. We don't know that. And sometimes we are comparing ourselves with someone who is on their 20s with no kids, with no relationship, right? And we are comparing success and time, but it's only what we are seeing. And from experience, there are people who are showing some success. Society says nowadays that is success. I have my cat in the background. uh, but in the truth is that some people are not happy with the life they have, only but they are showing. So yes, I wanted to bring that up. Numa, get up, get up, get up. Oh my gosh. She's crazy today. Go down. I will cut this afterwards.
It's okay. Keep it.
Oh my
I
god.
so you said like you were there on point over there. People are showing exactly what they want to show, what will make them what they think will make them look good in front of the world. It is like I don't stay like this at home. I have lipstick on. I have like I have put some makeup on because you said this is going on YouTube. Otherwise, if it was just an audio, you would see me like wash face, moisturize, that's it. I probably would have brushed my hair at most. And that is how I am at home. I don't need to put on all of that to be invisible where people are not seeing. So, yeah, that is exactly what is happening when success is being shared or wins are being shared. And think about it this way, you want people to share their happiness because happiness spreads and makes everyone happy. Instead
Mhm.
of being, if you're feeling anything else, then it is because you feel like you lack what they have. So it is your own feelings that is making them sharing their wins as anything that you're feeling. So have a little bit of control on what you're thinking. Your thoughts will control your feelings. It's that simple. One of the tasks that I have my clients do is to track their thoughts. When someone's like after a few calls also they are struggling, we start tracking thoughts. What are you thinking? 3 times a day. Write down what are you thinking and what feelings that are coming up based on that thought. This exercise is a gem. Do it just for 2 weeks and you will notice 90% of the thoughts that you're thinking are driving your feelings, and most of them are not facts, because if they were facts then you would be able to do something about it. These are just random thoughts.
Mhm.
They are affecting you. They're keeping you from doing the things that will actually bring the happiness that you're seeking. So just do this simple exercise and I'm guaranteeing you you see a huge difference in how you show up online.
I love that. I love that. And I love something you said about, you said in other words, but comparison is also good, yes, because sometimes it opens our vision to what is possible. What is not good where is when you start putting yourself down because you didn't achieve that. But if that person's success or goals, achieved goals, make you go after
Mhm.
that because it's something aligned with you. Yes, that's great. And that exercise is also amazing because many of the thoughts we have inside, they were put it there by other people since childhood, since school age. So there are so many things to debunk, right? To mindsets to shift, and that is very important. And it's a great exercise to bring awareness towards us. Yes. Let me just see here what Laura is saying. I haven't made many YouTube videos because trying to put makeup on. Okay, you can try to have kind of SOS thing setup, makeup setup you can put easily. Think of the bare minimum you can put. I don't have anything right now, and now that Seema told, uh, on lights it's good to have a little bit of lipstick because the lips pop a little
Yes.
bit and it's not all mute. But yes, you one thing you can do, and now we are getting a little bit apart, and not it can go along with the theme. One thing you can do is have a day to record the YouTube
Mhm.
videos, and you do those in the same day. Then the day after do something that don't require so much of your capacity, so you can rest. But you can put makeup in one day if you don't usually do makeup. But if you don't want, if you feel comfortable without, you don't need to put. Okay, don't put just because you think you must. And the more we grow with, and the more we show up and share ourselves with the world, there's always something that we need to work on ourselves. Yes, and nowadays I'm in an era where I'm fine without using makeup, but some years ago I would only go online or take pictures if I was with the makeup. So this is this contraction and also embracing ourselves. But yes, some people do really love to some people, some women to wear makeup, and it's how they feel comfortable with. So no judgment, no judgment. Um,
Get to know yourself when you start a business. I think it is one hard self-discovery journey than the money-making journey. You will not realize how much self-discovery, self-analysis, and confidence is needed to be a business owner. You realize that only when you take your business seriously, and then you make up your mind that, okay, I'm done trying to play small. That is when you realize all of these things, the thoughts that are holding you back, and how you have to work with them so that you can show up, so that you can, so that other people can see, in order for your people to take notice of you. That
for
is
sure.
hard for introverts. It is because you're being vulnerable. You're sharing inside what is happening in your brain, whether it is educational content or it is sharing something to connect with your people. You're still opening up and sharing something that was inside. So that is hard, but that is the only way the right people will connect with you and then make the decision whether they want to work with you or not. Otherwise, I mean, it's very simple. You could go and get the service from 10 people. You will not pick the person who is necessarily the cheapest. You pick the person who you can connect with, whether it is on appearance, whether it is on mindset. All of those are subconscious decisions, but they are connecting with that person at some level, and that is why they are working with them.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And what you said, every day I feel gratitude towards myself because I started entrepreneurship. Because I say motherhood also brings us many lessons, but entrepreneurship make us grow in so many different areas. It's amazing. It's so amazing the self-learning, the self-growth, the self-development we go through. People who don't go through entrepreneurship don't have a business, don't have idea. They only see what's outside, right? So they don't understand uh, about 20%. They just see the 20%, right? The 80, it's all inside, and they don't understand the transformation. It's there. It's so amazing. I'm so grateful for starting entrepreneurship. I wanted to, if you can share what people can do, what introvert femipreneurs can start doing to find the best strategies that align with them, so they don't feel the overwhelm, they don't feel the frustration to show up.
Okay, it doesn't start with do this. It starts with look inside. Again, who are you? What can you do? How can you challenge yourself to do something more? Figure that out, and then whatever strategy you've been trying currently and fear that it's failing, just work that. That is my top tier advice. But in a one-on-one setting, I can see what you're saying, what you're not saying. I can hear all of that, and it becomes easier to give you very specific recommendations. So whatever strategy you've picked, if it feels even 10% doable, just stay with it, improve on it, look at how it's working. Like, don't touch it for 30 days, just keep doing and then see how it is working. I can understand. Like you decided you will post content on Instagram and you kept posting. Nobody said anything. It was only your family and friends who were, whether they were liking or your peers were commenting. Look at what is happening. How much reach has it got? Which piece of content got the most reach? Because for it to get reach, most likely the hook or the opening statement was the reason. See what you did there. How are you trying to connect with the people that you want to really speak to and enhance that? Like, instead of saying it's not working, see what's working. See what have you done. Did you post for 30 days after deciding you will post for 30 days, or did you just post for 20 and then decide it's not working? Because probably those 10 days that you gave up on were the time when the algorithm decided, okay, this person is valuable to me, let me show their content to others. So
Mhm.
commit to something, do it and evaluate. I am doing a podcast series specifically on how to pick your marketing strategy so that you can sign a client. So I have an entire series coming up. Second episode I just recorded yesterday. So you can listen to that as well because I go really deep. Like yesterday's was again self-analysis. First episode was what are you doing? What are you really doing? Because you think you're doing everything. Are you
Mm.
just head consuming content but putting out nothing? It's like why am I not losing weight? I'm trying to eat healthy. Yes, you have to take care of your nutrition, but you also have to move so that you can burn more and then lose weight. It's the same thing. You just don't have to consume. You have to put yourself out there after consuming and after learning. And the next step is to analyze what is working, what is not working.
Mm. Love that. I love that. See,
But I
Seema.
do this while we're just I podcast so that I can stay on target, because if I don't, then I'm talking about all kinds of things. We're going off track, and that is not enjoyable for the listener. And it's
Yeah.
quite easy for me. So I script my podcast episodes.
Okay, for me, the scripting doesn't work very well. So each person, we need to find what works for us. I try the script, and for me, it doesn't work. And yes, it's good because everyone is different. Everyone has a different way of thinking. The make the concept of ideas, join ideas, talking, showing up. So again, when we compare with people that are so different with us, we are making a disservice to us because we we are not in alignment with that strategy, with that person, how they show up. So yes, it's very important to try to evaluate, like you said, because not the truth is that everything works, but not everything works for you and for
Yeah.
me because we are different people. That's why there are so many different ways to do the same or to reach the same. We just need to find what works for us. And yes, sometimes it takes more time for one person than another, and we just need to embrace that. Sima,
Yeah,
let us know how people can connect with you.
absolutely. My podcast, the Impactful Introvert podcast, is the best way to connect with me.
Yes, I will leave all your links in the description and your bio also. Let me know, do you have anything else you want to share?
Um, I was thinking something when you said do it your way. Anyway, I have forgotten. The train of thought is gone. It just
Can
came.
be an idea, it can be a book you read and you think it's a must-have for introverted entrepreneurs, for instance, or episode on your podcast you think people need to listen right away, and I will share that
Yeah.
also. You can,
Um, you should share, like, you should listen to all of the episodes because I have had some amazing guests. You were also there on it. The conversation was really amazing. Like, because I edit after some time, I'm like amazed that I had such an awesome conversation with these women. So yeah, you have to listen to all of them. It's not because you have to increase my download count or whatever, but there is value in all of it. That is why I want you to listen. I'm not someone who will say listen to everything that I do because it's like because I want something, because there is value. But if you are struggling with productivity and time management, then I would recommend, okay, don't take the books as is, tweak them to make it work for you. But Atomic Habits and the 12 Weeks are two books that I always recommend to anybody who is struggling with time management and productivity, because uh, in my opinion, like, I don't take everything at face value. I always see how it fits me. So I have found that the concept is really, really good. Just make it work for yourself. Don't try to put yourself in the book. Make the book fit you.
yes, yes, I love those two books, and mostly we need to understand that those books were written by men and they work different ways than women to start. So yes, don't take it as a straight line and try to accommodate things to you and to your lifestyle, to your personal life, to your kind of business. Yes, always, always.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi, Caroline. Yes, Atomic Habits is. I only read it last year and I love it. Yes, yes,
It has some gems that you can easily take and adapt. You don't have to adapt the whole book if it doesn't work for you. If it works for you, amazing. Congratulations, you found the what is that thing that works for you. But if it doesn't, just take what works for you.
yes, yes. We don't need to take all just because it's there
Mm.
and feel guilty that I couldn't make that, do that like
Mhm.
he said
I mean,
because
where you go and pick the food that you like and put in your plate and eat it if you like the taste. It's not that you're putting everything that they have in the buffet all on your plate and then trying to cram that inside. So think about it like that.
although there are people who tries to do that. But yes, pick what works for you, what works for your essence, what works for your nature and for your business, for sure. Thank you so much, Seema. It was such a great time. I knew it would be another great life because I have the best guests. It's true. And it's not only bragging myself because I always have amazing talks with my guests. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, your guests have been really amazing. I don't watch it on Facebook. I watch it on YouTube because that is the best place for me. But yeah, I love some of the conversations that you've had. So thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. See you
Bye.
soon.